This is House of Transport Systems. My name is Jide Odioye, the Transport Master. Welcome back to our Road Etiquette series, where we interact on the issues that affect road users and those that provide infrastructure on the road. For our regular viewers, you might recollect that the last episode we discussed the issue of on-street parking, where drivers can't park, shouldn't park, obstructive parking, and parking that can get you in trouble with enforcement officers. On this episode, we shall be discussing lane discipline, that is, having a better understanding of road markings on the road. It is very common for some of our viewers to have fallen victim to being arrested or apprehended for lack of lane discipline. And this is common amongst drivers in Lagos. And I believe there are some issues that goes through people's minds. So it's either it's willful or you're just totally ignorant of what should be on the road. So I'll give an example. So for example, let's take the Third Mainland Bridge and access towards the mainland. For some of us, you would understand that some of the sections of that road has just been resurfaced, but they don't have road markings on them yet. We will come to that. But then, for those that live in Lagos, you already know that the width of that road is for 3 lanes. In some sections, it's 4. So why is it that when you're driving on the road, as a driver, as a licensed driver, why is it that you're not able to calculate what section of the carriageway belongs to you? I agree, the road markings is supposed to help, but as a licensed driver, you can physically, visually divide the road into 3 or into the number of lanes that it's supposed to be, and you stick to one of those lanes. If you hug the middle of 2 lanes, the only thing you're doing is like you're driving selfishly, and you're more than likely to be infuriating the driver behind you. Now let's now come to where there are even lane markings. That is now the center line markings, the dividing lanes. Those are the now broken white lines that you see on the road. It means 1 lane, which is average about 3 meters, because every lane should be able to accommodate every type of vehicle. It's on the trailers as well. So when you're straddling the center line marking, automatically it means like you're taking up 2 lanes for yourself. Do you need 2 lanes to drive? No, you don't. And you're not competing with anyone, because sometimes a lot of us with experience believe drivers are doing this just to stop another vehicle from overtaking them. But we're not competing with each other on the road. So when the markings are there, stick within your lane. If you need to overtake or to change lane for whatever reason, you indicate as such, but you must respect the vehicle that is already on the lane in which you want to go to. There's no point in going haphazard and going from one left lane to the right lane for the sake of doing it, because the driver behind you is already planned his journey in front. So when there's nothing in your lane and you suddenly change for no reason, you did not even indicate, that is bad driving. It's bad etiquette, and it causes accidents. It causes road rage. And when you're being corrected, you're actually reacting like, please, I better get out of here, or you pretend like, what did I do? What did I do? You start making all these faces of ignorance like you didn't do anything. Yes, you know what you're doing. Because if you're going on a lane on a Third Mainland Bridge and there's nothing in front of you, why are you changing lane? What's the purpose? The other side of lane discipline, where a lot of drivers in Lagos, they get in trouble, is when they need to turn off from a road. So I'll go back to the same Third Mainland Bridge. So you want to turn off at Adeniji intersection to pull out Adeniji, or you want to go to ramp up to Osborn. So you're already on the Third Mainland Bridge. In fact, let me start from Uwuru. So you know you're going to Adekunle. So there are 4 lanes on Third Mainland Bridge, and you're getting close to where Adekunle intersection is. And then you are on the last 2 lanes on the left. but you want to turn off to Adekunle. And then it's only when you get there, you now dash across. Does it make sense? It's totally and utterly dangerous. Lane discipline is knowing that you're turning off at Adekunle. So from about 150 meters, you position yourself on the right lane so that you have a smooth turn off out. Same thing goes when you come into the Adeniji section. You stay on the right lane. At worst, the last 2 lanes on the right. By the time you get into Adeniji intersection, just the 2 lanes are just falling out to flow through. You can't dash across other motorists because they're not expecting you to do that. That is lane indiscipline. When you're coming up to the Osborne section as well, practically only 2 lanes can go ramp up to Osborne. But it's so common these days to find vehicles dashing out from here. Even if you change your mind at the last moment, you still should not dash across 2-3 lanes to turn off. You're better off just going ahead to go and turn off at another intersection rather than do that dangerous thing, because you are not responsible and you're not in control of the speed approach of the vehicle that's on the lane. So lane discipline is very, very important. The same thing, you can even go on local roads. Whether it's got center line marking there or not, you stick to your lane and leave the other lane for oncoming traffic. You go to some other bridges as well, you find strict double yellow line markings. What that is telling you, that it is not an area for overtaking at any time. Always remember that. Another type of marking that you must see on the road is yellow line on the road. That is telling you it is not appropriate for you to park there as well. And the one that I know a lot of people are not too sure about is what you call chevron marking. Chevron marking is just like a lay-by without concrete. It is not an area for you to take your vehicle to go and overtake other cars. Chevron marking means perhaps an emergency area. Just leave it at that. It is not for you. It is also to channel the movement of vehicles without building concrete barrier there. I want to believe that we have a better understanding of lane discipline because it promotes safe driving, and we would like you to appreciate what we've done by subscribing to our video channels and especially our YouTube TV. Next episode, we shall be discussing the issue of obtaining driver's license without learning how to drive properly. Thank you.